Good morning, I'm Kristen Folletti and welcome to News Desk on SiliconANGLE TV for Friday, March 22nd, 2013. As Google Fiber continues to gain ground, what will this mean for nationwide internet and its competitors? Join us now to provide his breaking analysis on the topic is SiliconANGLE contributing editor John Casaretto. Happy Friday, John.
Happy Friday.
So, John, what do you think of this Google Fiber cereal? Pretty tasty?
I haven't heard that one yet. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good reviews, a lot of good things coming out from the people that are getting the service already. So,
no, but in all seriousness, Google Fiber has already launched in Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. And Wednesday, we reported on the expansion of the service to the residents of Olathe, Kansas. So, where's the rollout going to continue next?
yeah, all across the prairie out there, Kansas City North, South, Westwood, Kansas, Westwood Hills, Mission Woods. So, interesting geography there. But this is where they've started off and they're kind of expanding in that immediate area.
So remind us why these cities were the first to get access to this new service.
Well, back when the project was first announced, Google had asked a bunch of communities to submit a bunch of answers to questions and a few things online. There were some 1,100 or so communities that responded. And Google approached Kansas City because they selected them because of the fact that they have great infrastructure, a very business-friendly climate, very easy for them to put the fiber in and not have to dig up, centuries of streets and, pulling other people's infrastructure out of the place. And, it was very unique in that respect. And I think that's exactly why they ended up in Kansas City.
So Google has set up something that they're calling the fiber space in Kansas City. What can you tell us about the fiber space?
So this is a center where people that are coming in, they get to experience the Google Fiber firsthand. So they get to try out things like internet at these the incredible speeds, watch the high definition TV with incredible clarity and all that. Chat with the people that are there on the fiber team and talk to them about it. And they have special events and things like that as well. People get to go and talk about things and just check out the internet experience.
Since last November, Google Fiber TV customers have been able to use their Nexus 7 tablet, which they got for free with their TV subscription, as their remote control. But just last week, Google launched a new way for Google Fiber subscribers to control their TV sets. So, John, what did Google Fiber introduce for fiber customers?
Well, yeah, just last week they sent a redesigned Google Fiber TV app on Google Play, and that's designed to work on any Android device running 4.1 or later, which is pretty much every Android device that's out there. And there's an iOS app that's on the way soon. And what's interesting about that is that they build this and they roll this whole thing out. It was just based on feedback, so a lot of attention being paid to that market, to their service, and everything that's going on there.
So based on feedback, based on the preliminary rollout, what are fiber users reporting so far? Is fiber like anything that they've seen before?
Yeah, everything I've read has said that it's been an outstanding experience, and if there was any flaw with the system, it really boils down to some of these other technologies that kind of get in the way, like Wi-Fi standards and things like that. But direct connection, those types of things. It's incredible the amount of speed that they're experiencing, and it's hopefully it sets a standard for the future.
So how is Google Fiber different? How does it stand apart from services like AT&T's fiber optic UVerse service?
Well, this really comes down to raw speed. I mean, Google's service is truly fiber. In the case of AT&T UVerse, they use a technology. It's more of a hybrid technology that's actually fiber to the node, which means the fiber comes to like a little box. It's in your neighborhood, maybe on a pole in front of your house, and then the rest of the way it's DSL, if you're lucky to be that close. So, it's true fiber, and in the nature of the technology that underlies the technology is really what makes the difference here, and the ability to deliver such high speeds. I mean, UVerse has its internet TV services. The Google TV, as you mentioned, is part of this bundle as well. So, they're competitive on almost all fronts, but it really comes down to that speed and the underlying technology, and that's where Google has an edge.
We've reported that Google Fiber provides TV and internet packages at $120 per month, and their high-speed internet service is offered at $70 per month. So would you say those prices are in line with other leading market competitors?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's even exceeds it. I mean, the speed that's available obviously is a big deal. But part of the whole package that they wrote up for the municipality of Kansas City was that they guaranteed 7 years of the broadband service at current national average speeds. I know for a fact that compared to my Comcast internet service, which is 15, 18 megabits or whatever it is, it's even less than that. So it's pretty interesting. But I think that overall, it's a real good package altogether as far as the price. So they've kept that piece of it competitive.
There's also been rumors of Google offering a potential citywide wireless network. What would that type of introduction mean for other nationwide internet providers?
And I think this is starting to create what Google intended to do in the first place. It's turning pressure on some of these competitors to match some of these things, to try to create some of this buzz in terms of the speed offerings, in terms of price. And we're starting to see some movement on those things. And I think that citywide wireless would be the kind of thing that would really make a big splash. And this is some of the things that Google's trying to change.
Last May, Verizon pledged to more than double the speeds of several of its Fios internet tiers, as well as introduce 2 additional tiers to the mix. And then in July, Comcast announced that it was doubling the speeds of 2 of its existing internet tiers, as well as introducing a new tier slated to offer download speeds of up to 305 megabits per second. Do you think these already well-established internet providers have done enough to stay competitive with Google Fiber once the new service is rolled out to these larger markets?
Yeah, this is certainly going to be the type of reaction that we're going to see. They're going to tweak their prices, tweak their offerings, build more into the infrastructure. I mean, this is competition, and it's exactly why Google has gotten into this game, is to try to push the envelope with these things. And all these things benefit Google, it benefits the consumer. It's kind of a synergistic relationship of getting people downloading, streaming things faster, getting information faster. So it's part of the overall goal, and I think we're going to see continued matching in terms of pricing, in terms of offerings. I think that's the kind of thing that will continue.
So speaking into the future, what sort of predictions do you have for the continued expansion of Google Fiber?
Well, again, their big goal was to demonstrate that vastly faster broadband service was something that was possible in the U.S. And there's a number of goals out there to get some of this gigabit internet out, deployed out nationwide. It's unknown if Google is really going to actually be in that field doing this much. It's just kind of like a demo type thing. So, the goal here was to put Time Warner and Comcast on notice, show them that they can do this, and they're doing it actually with very, considerably off-the-shelf technology between the fiber and the connections and things like that. So there's not really anything that's really radical about this. They've just went ahead and did it. A lot of that has to do with again, the city, what they're willing to do, the ability to tear the ground up and put fiber in and get it to every home. It may not be possible in every city, and it's just something that they're trying to show off the benefits of doing so. And a lot of times there's just so many things that have to happen within a city between open contracts and unions and things like that. It's just it's going to take a while before this really rolls out quickly to the entire country, but it's a good start, and I think that they're showing the way.
Well, John, thanks again for your time this morning. Great to see you, and have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.
And still to come this Friday morning, will there be Google accessories to match your Google Glass? And we continue the discussion on the future direction of Oracle. But first, Wikibon CTO and co-founder David Floyer is up on News Desk.